welcome back to OWLTV. You're watching show 96.
I'm Jimmy Rector.
And I'm Trey Clemens. Let's get this show on the road.
So as many of you may know, Veterans Day went on last Tuesday, and there's lots of celebrations down at the square.
Yep, me, Joel, and Jimmy took an in-depth look on it. Check it out.
About 3 weeks ago, my telephone rang. I answered it, and the voice said, "Clay?" I said, "Yes." "Is Jim Brown?" I said, "No." And I pulled this stunt, several years ago, and I figured, well, maybe I'd do it again, because up in West Virginia, there's an old boy that's 105 years old. That's just about 20 years older than I am, and he's the only living survivor of World War I, and he's still hanging on. He has his mental faculties about him, and he's fairly physically capable, and he has a lot to be proud of. And there's 3 or 4 of us here that, they're World War II veterans. I thought there'd be a lot of them, but they all went to the Knights of Columbus this morning and had breakfast, and I guess they got too full to come back. I thought, sure, Travis Bullington would be here. He and I, Trav, you out here somewhere? He won't tell all his war stories, but anyhow, they were a lot worse than mine, but we've lived them over a time or two. And I'd laid awake at night the last few nights thinking about what I was going to say. But when I got out here this morning and stood here in this cold air, I decided I wasn't going to say all that. And a short speech would be more appreciated than a long one. But I think it was 65 years ago, I got a letter from the President of the United States that said, "Greetings." And he said, "Show up at the courthouse on Marshall." From there on out, I was a soldier. Now, I wasn't a veteran. There's a lot of soldiers. But the only way you can be a veteran is to come home.
Remember me. I had a little son, almost turned 1. I used to walk with him along the square and share an ice cream cone with that grinning baby face. Folks often said, "Looked like my own when I was small." I rolled a ball to him across the grass, and friends would pass or stop to talk a while. He'd smile and wave his hand, and it seemed to understand. His mom would come to join us when she finished work. Then we would sit there and spell and tell others things young couples say. And then one day we found a 4-leaf clover. We thought it might mean luck, but off I went, and shortly it was over. That's war, but maybe you remember me. Remember me, here on this gentle sweep of the courthouse lawn. Though we are gone, let cherished memories live on.
I can't help but just to be that thankful for all those people who fought in those wars for our country.
Oh yeah, which brings us to another holiday here on OWLTV, Thanksgiving.
Yes, indeed. Roxy and Marty talked to some people about Thanksgiving.
I hope you guys like it. Check it out.
So here we are, Marty and I, Rox, reporting live for OWLTV, and I gotta say that one day I smelled this fresh aroma. So Marty and I went to investigate. We smelled this Thanksgiving feast going on, like some turkey and mashed potatoes. What'd you smell?
Some pumpkin pie.
Oh my, some pumpkin pie, right. So we got our little handy camera and we went to go investigate. And what did we find?
A Thanksgiving feast, full on.
Yeah, we were not wrong. So we noticed that it was Mr. Schmidt's culinary art class making their Thanksgiving feast, and it was so good. This is what they have to say about it.
Hi, I'm Brian Schmidt. I teach over here at the Saline County Career Center. This is our Thanksgiving banquet. Our students made a banquet for their family, friends, and teachers. This is the afternoon group today, and then the morning group did theirs Tuesday. They came down, and the students fixed the whole meal themselves, They prepared the menu. They were given a budget to stay within. And we had people that were in charge of the bosses, and then the other people were workers. So kind of like a setting in a restaurant where they have to run it. Students did a very good job, both groups. We've been doing this for 17 years. There's only 1 year we missed, and every year it seems to be getting better and better.
This feast goes on once every year, and I can't wait till next year. Can you?
No, I don't think I can.
It's good.
Man, I just love Thanksgiving. I gain like 20 pounds each time at the feast.
That stinks, especially for those wrestlers out there who have to cut all that weight right after they eat.
I know. DP and Brandon took a look on the West wrestlers this year.
I'm Mr. Gaskell. I'll be assistant wrestling coach this year. This will be my first year coaching at a high school. I've had several different experiences with coaching wrestling. I've got two brothers who are in high school. One just graduated last year, and so I've spent a lot of my time coaching them. The other one's a senior in high school in Michigan. He's wrestling there. So I've had experience coaching them. I've also helped out with his high school program, coaching them before. I've also had other experiences. I've coached at several different clinics. It was 2 summers ago. I put on a clinic back in the state of Michigan where we had Brandon Slay, 2000 Olympic gold medalist there. I coached with him. I've coached with Casey Cunningham, who also was a national champ for Central Michigan. I've coached with other different people. I originally came from the state of Indiana. My high school coach was Bob Kopninski. I wrestled there for 4 years and wrestled at Valley for 4 years. This year, what do I expect from our team? I have big expectations from us all. We've lost guys from years past, but I think we're going to have a couple of guys that will do real well. We could do well in the future, and we'll do well this year. How do I get my guys to get in shape? Always running, wrestling, eating healthy. Everyone always makes a big deal about cutting weight, losing weight. I think it's important to wrestle at the weight you're at, but also to eat healthy. Cut out all the junk food of eating, ho-hos and ding-dongs from the cafeteria and stuff like that. But to eat healthy, eat fruits, vegetables, and lean meat. That's how I get guys to get to the right weight. Not by starving themselves, spitting in trash cans and that stuff. So I try and keep them that way. But I expect good things from all our kids today. Another question everyone always asks is, how do I treat my wrestlers in class? I expect even more of them in the classroom than I do on the mat. I teach wrestling when I'm on the mat, and I teach English when I'm in the classroom. In the same way, I expect those kids to do even better in the classroom.
Wrestling sure does look fun, but I'm sure it's exhausting.
I bet, but I'm living in a fantasy world.
Fantasy world?
Yeah, I play fantasy sports.
Wow, that sounds lazy.
Oh, I know, I'm pretty lazy, but I mean, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Let's see what Weicho, Colton, and Aaron had to say about this.
What sports do you play?
I play everything from football and basketball to soccer. I got soccer and all of them. I play every much pretty fantasy sport except for golf.
What's your favorite one to play?
Basketball and football.
Who are some of your favorite players?
My favorite player in basketball is Paul Pierce. My favorite NFL player is Steve Smith. And my favorite team is Carolina Panthers.
How's your basketball team doing?
I'm number one in one of mine, but I got 4 teams, and I only pay attention to one, and that's the one I'm winning in.
I play football and basketball.
What's some of your players?
Some of my players?
Yeah.
Some of my players on football is like the Damian Thomas. I just got football players. I don't know like all of them off the top, but I just got some. In basketball, I have Paul Pierce. I have LeBron James, Shaq, some of the main stars that I like to play with.
Do you think others should join?
Yeah.
Zach Vogel, and I do fantasy sports. I do a lot of fantasy soccer, mostly Major League Soccer, American soccer, Canadian soccer, Mexican soccer. My favorite team, I'd have to say probably Manchester United or Columbus Crew, Eddie Gavin. It's about, I don't know. Okay, I do the MLS fantasy. Some of my players include Eddie Gavin of teams. I do all right sometimes, I guess. And My EPL, I usually do some EPL. I have Ronaldo as my forward. I have who else do I have in my forward? I have a lot of players. I can't even name all of them.
You know, fantasy sports sure does look amusing, but I don't know where in the world I'd find the time to do that.
What do you do in between classes?
Walk to my next class.
I play fantasy sports on my cell phone.
You know, Trey, for some reason that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, well, Jeremy, Zach, and Brett asked people what they did in between classes. I hope you guys like it.
Want to know what I do in between classes? Come on. Between classes, I sleep. In the 4 minutes in between classes, I get a lot of Z's.
Wowzers Powzers, I did not know that you could do so much in such a little time.
I know, right? Well, that's going to have to do it for this week on OWLTV.
So if you have any questions or comments, please contact us at 886-2244.
Extension 265. Or, if you miss an episode and want to catch up, you can see it at owltv.org.
So for OWLTV, I'm Jimmy Rector.
And I'm Trey Clemens. Keep it classy, Marshall.
Happity boopy, happity boopy, happity boopy, happity
Yellow
boopy,
watermelon.
happity boopy.
Yellow watermelon. Unique, New York. Unique, New York.
Mama got a little bit of tea.
Mama got a little bit of tea.
Mama got a little bit of tea.
All right, that's
Unique,
good.
New York. All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's do it.